Dealing with evil has occupied center stage in human affairs since our earliest times. Destruction, chaos, decay, and the ultimate darkness of death have often overshadowed the presence of goodness and light. Human beings have dealt with evil in three principal ways: by meeting it head-on in battle, by warding it off before it strikes, and by trying to avoid it altogether through denial. The how and why of evil has often been debated and discussed for centuries in religion, folklore, philosophy, art, literature, and pop culture, all of which attempt to explain why bad things happen, especially to good people. When evil strikes the wicked, we see it as deserved consequences of evil doing. When evil strikes the righteous, we look for satisfactory explanations, often in vain. Everyone feels the touch of evil at some point in life, regardless of his or her moral strivings. In myth, religion, and folklore, the forces of both good and evil are personified. In the pantheons of deities, there are gods and goddesses of benevolence and malevolence, and though some are mostly evil, they are seldom completely evil. Their job is to tear things down via disaster, ruination, disease, illness, and death. They are an essential part of the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Human beings understandably seek to avoid those torments as much as possible. Monotheism creates a sharper polarization between good and evil. The one creator is all good, but permits evil to exist under the direction of an archfiend. We console ourselves with the explanation that evil strives to test and demonstrate our moral fibers and spiritual worthiness. Our fate in the afterlife, eternal heaven or eternal hell, hangs in the balance. In Christianity, Satan, the devil, is the thoroughly evil counterpart to the all-good God. Concepts of the devil developed over centuries, evolving from the natural adversary, Satan, of Hebrew lore, and the once good angel Lucifer, who chose pride and fell from grace. Every army needs an evil enemy, and Satan obliges Christianity in that sense. Demons, the lower agents of evil, have many guises and operate under many names with many purposes. In the pagan view, they are a part of the natural order, entities of moral ambivalence who mostly deceive and interfere. In the Christian view, they are evil, fallen angels who, as Lucifer did, chose pride over obedience to God and were cast out of heaven. They are doomed to eternal hell and serve the devil, making unending assaults on human beings in an attempt to subvert souls to the devil's domain. Outside of monotheism, demons have a long history of interfering in the affairs of the physical world of the lives of people. Though not always with the goal of subverting souls, they act as tricksters and create annoying disturbances. More seriously, they cause illness, insanity, disasters, and bad luck. Some hold long-standing grudges against humanity. The Djinn of Arabian lore, for example, say they were the original inhabitants of the earth and were evicted by God in favor of humans. They want their homeland returned, and some of them carry out guerrilla warfare and terrorism against humans to that end. Whatever the guise, name, and agenda, demonic forces are constantly at play in the world. Thanks to the exaggeration of film and fiction, many Christians think, for example, that demonic attacks occur in the form of hideous beings assaulting people, possessing them, and making green slime run down the walls and stairs. While such events do happen, They are relatively rare among all the ways demonic forces operate. Evil is insidious, a Trojan horse that destroys from within. Evil operates through people. In the murder, mayhem, oppression, and violence people wreak on one another. Ignorance breeds fear, and fear is evil's greatest weapons. Demons are the front lines of evil. Denying their existence only makes human beings easier targets. Consequently, it is important to be informed about demons and evil. One conquers an enemy by knowing it, inside and out. To know evil does not mean to embrace it, champion it, or glorify it. Information shines a powerful light, and it is important that we shine that light into darkness and understand where it comes from. In our series that follows, we will be covering Demonology, the study of various demons, possessions, religious artifacts, and alike. So please hit that like button, follow for more content, and get ready to delve deep within Hell's ranks. Now, before we dive right in, we are going to cover a cautionary tale of those who get tricked by demons and give in. Abel de la Rue, 1582. French sorcerer believed to be under the influence of a demon in the form of a black dog. Living in France, he was also known as the Smasher. Abel was placed in a Franciscan monastery by his mother. He became enraged at the instructors of novices for beating him, and he plotted revenge. At his trial, Abel confessed that the black spaniel appeared to him and promised to help him and always go to his aid if he would surrender himself to the dog. In 1582, Abel was arrested on charges of sorcery and spellcasting, which he admitted. The demon never made good on his promise of rescue. Abel was found guilty and sentenced to be hanged and garroted, and his body burned. He was executed on July 20th, 1582. But that's gonna do it, everybody. Please don't forget to possess that like button. And please don't forget to subscribe as well for more demonology and necrodemon content. If you're wanting to reach out to me, you can do so on any of the following platforms: TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. My handle is the same on all of them, at necrodemon370. But that's gonna do it, everybody. Until next time, I've been your host, Necrodemon, and stay frosty, my friends.